Hey guys, Mitsurugi Jones here. Just had a slight delay. We just had to break up the episodes a little bit because unfortunately my upload speed is not good enough to do more than 20 minutes at a time. I do have a plan in the works next month to get a much better upload speed, so hopefully the videos will get a little bit longer then. But until then, we are still working away here. Looks like he is actually working. He has leather. I don't know where it came from because it never showed up here. Uh, you don't keep leather in the stockpile, you keep it in the storage barn. So I'm not really sure why I was missing it before, but people will start getting their coats now. Pretty soon, since it's early summer, I don't have to worry about firewood that much just this second. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Duh. Down. There we go. I wanted to unpause this so these houses start becoming built, because we do want to start having more kids. And it looks like we just got another kid who graduated from school and is ready to go. So next on the agenda is going to be a logging cabin, which I believe is here. There we go. Forester Lodge is what I meant. Just to keep the trees here but be able to cut them down on a regular basis. So I'm going to go ahead and place that so they can get started on that when they are done with these houses here. And he is running out of leather again. What are we doing on coats wise? We're at 31, so I'm going to go ahead and drop him out, put him back to work. And the blacksmith, how are we doing on tools? We're at 53 tools, so I'm going to go ahead and keep him out as well. Firewood, we are probably going to start getting low on as the winter starts to creep here, sometimes before you realize it. I'm also going to go ahead and gather some more resources while we have this little lull. And not the LOL kind. We'll go ahead and pull this here. Because in order for firewood, you need logs, and you also need that for buildings. So here we go. Builders looks like they actually got a hold of it pretty quick. And off we go to the races. And actually, I need to do this. Okay. Sorry, a little distraction there. We are doing okay on coats and tools, so I'm going to leave that for now. Looks like they are going to start work on that. And immediately people... Whoa, dude, you're a little old for her, but okay, whatever. Oh, wait, it's the other way around. She's a little old for him, I guess. You know, no judgment. That was back in the day. So, you click around, you get to see, you know, like, who's living where, what families. It's pretty interesting. They don't seem to have the surnames on there, but if they're living together, they're family. So, they're good Christian folk, I guess. I don't know. How are we doing on food? We are doing fantastic on food. The One Gatherer's Hut, the Hunter's Lodge, and the Fisherman, they are doing an excellent job keeping our people fed right now, or even being able to store them some food. So, and don't need to worry about tools and clothing just yet. So, as soon as that forester is done there, we can start looking at some of the things that we might consider adding afterwards. I have yet to have a big problem with well placement. I can wait. Hospital is not a big problem. The town hall, that's going to be kind of useful to you, because at times people, vagrants or nomads, will wander through and want a place in your village. So it's like getting a bunch of workforce all at once. And it can be very helpful to do that on occasion, because what that allows you to do is build a big project like a mine or a quarry, which takes lots of people. I think 10 to 20, I think that's the workforce in each one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and put in an herbalist after this person here, the forester, gets done. I'm going to go ahead and put them over here. Now that's a ways away, but I think that's probably going to be... I would put it here, but I'm not going to, for whatever reason. So I'm going to actually put it over here, right over the hill. I'm the wise woman will work. And how are we doing here? That's okay. Here, we're still looking for some stuff. Not really sure why that's taking so long. We got plenty of laborers. Let's pull up. It looks like a lot of these people came out of school and went into the workforce while I was dilly-dallying myself. So, hopefully with more builders, these things will get done a little bit quicker. And they have full. Yep, they have full on the firewood. So go ahead and kick him back into the workforce as well. You kind of almost always, if you can, want to keep 2 people in the laborer workforce. That way, as people die, that really hasn't happened that much now, but it will once people start getting older. I see some of my older people here in their 30s now. Once they start getting up in their 60s and people start kicking the bucket, people need to replace them, and they pull that directly out of the labor force, and you don't have to worry about managing that unless you have no laborers. If you have no laborers, then that job just stops happening, and that can get you in a real bind. So it's always important to have at least a couple laborers to pick up the slack, and you'll know when you'll start to see your laborer pool disappear. All of a sudden, you'll come back up here and start kicking back from another job somewhere, whatever's least important at the time. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and put that tailor back to work for a little while, because we are starting to get low on the clothes. We're still doing okay on tools. No herbs, no coal, that's not a big deal. No beer, that's not a big deal. But we have no stored logs, so I'm not sure why. Did they already cut down all that stuff? Alright, we're going to go ahead and clear this entire plot of land, because I will have plans for that later on. I'll stick another forester, hunter, and all that good stuff up here. But since we're out of logs, not sure why they're not building this. Where are you lazy people at? Because we got... Are we out? Were we out of stone? Maybe we're out of stone. Maybe we were out of stone. Maybe that's why. Yep, and that would be my bad. Not my people's bad, my bad. Sorry about that, people. Go ahead and remove stone from here as well. And part of the reason is because I have it on super speed. But if you don't have it on super speed, 5 is actually probably pretty good speed to have things. But if you have it on 2 or even 1, things can go, I mean, they move around at a snail's pace, and you do not want that, trust me. But things look like they're moving here now, finally. It's all my fault, because I didn't have them collect the things that they needed to build. And firewood, we are doing fine on firewood, fine on tools. We can still use coats, so I'll go ahead and keep that going. Oh, and there you go. Somebody die? Don't know. Doesn't matter. What are we doing here? He is out of leather. So go ahead and kick him back into the workforce for now. And once we get this done, Forester's Lodge. Got another home, and already people have moved in, which is nice. And we have the Forester, should be next. And then the Herbalist. I'm going to go ahead and put down another Forester, because once we're done clearing out this whole area here, I kind of want self-sustaining on the wood. That'll be important. Actually, also, before I forget, I want, I believe it is this, yes. I'm going to want one of these built so we can get across here and get at some of these resources out here that we need. Excuse me. But anyway, let's go back to what we got here. We're okay, we're okay. Food. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, since our population is starting to get bigger, is you can take a look up here. I'm going to go ahead and pop more people into these. There was a way to do that. How did I do that before? That's not what I want. Farmer. Okay, put 1, 2 more into gathering. Full amount of hunters, full amount of fishermen. And we don't need you, dude. We don't need you right now. And I might want to build another one of those in a little bit, but not right just this minute. Here we go, Forester on full alert. Go ahead and drop a couple out of building. I'll put one more in the Forester. Hopefully that'll keep us with a little bit more steady supply of wood. And iron and stone. Logs. We're doing okay on firewood for now. And this one is getting built an herbalist, so we're gonna have to put at least one person in there to work. Don't need the woodcutter right now. How are we doing on kids? Couple in school. Some more children's on the way. And so after these 2 buildings, I'm going to go and build another couple houses. Don't know if I want to use stone houses or not. You know, let's keep with the trend here. Go ahead and put one here and one here. You never want to get too far behind on the houses. Otherwise you'll grow stagnant and people will start kicking off, and it's not good for your economy, for your wilderness economy. Alright, we'll go ahead and kick it. 1 herbalist. We don't need any more than that right now. And how are we doing down here? Let's take a closer look at our people. Our food is doing okay. There's some more children's. We're doing okay on hunting. Could put a couple people more there, but not right now. And our stockpiles are still growing. How are we doing up here? I still got all that to clear. So we're not going to run out of resources anytime soon. Whoa, what was that? And herbalist is good. What are we doing here? We still need to even remove things from that area. Coats are okay. Tools are okay. The herbs will keep people... Your medicine are going to keep people from dying. Because otherwise they can get sick. Later in the game they could catch... Like a serious epidemic could happen. That's when you start needing your hospitals and stuff. The herbs are more for, you know, colds and stuff to keep people out in the workforce. Or the occasional death from a cold or some basic thing. The hospitals are needed for actual disease. And we're doing okay on firewood. Okay. So we're pretty self-sustaining right now. Just kind of waiting until these things get built. And for these kids to start taking on some responsibilities. Stone. We need stone. So back to here. We'll pick off that one. Pick off those. Those are easy and close. And they'll probably still get some from up there. Reason we need that stone is because I'm building stone houses. But it's okay. It's better to kind of kick those stone houses out first. Because they're better. They work out a lot better than the wood. If you grow all of your houses and they're all wood, natural disasters can take it over a lot easier. Fire can roam through. That's part of the reason why I haven't had too many problems with fire in the games that I've played. It's because I use stone houses and they don't catch fire very easily compared to the wooden ones. And we're still doing okay. So, what are we doing here? Still waiting on resources. They haven't even pulled everything up off of that yet, but I can't complain that much. There's only 2 of them working as builders right now. And to make their job even more difficult, I need to put out road to at least that far. For whatever reason, they like to jump on that pretty quickly for whatever reason. Instead of focusing on houses and stuff, there is a way to change priorities. If you really, really want to micromanage, you can do priorities and stuff. Where was it? You can even set paths. Where was that priority list? Oh, increase priority. So say you want something done sooner than something else, you can just highlight it. I don't do that until later in the game because everything's kind of equally important right now. And they normally build in the order that you've placed where you want things most of the time. But say you really need, you've placed 4 or 5 different buildings that you want done, but all of a sudden you realize, oh crap, I forgot this. Then you'll use this priority here, and you just highlight the area, and they'll go do that. They'll make that their top priority. When we start getting further on the game, you'll see it. But just as a quick touch on it, if you want to build crops, orchards, or pastures, you are going to need to place a trading post. You have to buy the seeds for that stuff first. You can't just make it. Because that would be nice, but you have to actually have the thing. Might start off with 1 of either orchard or the harvest, either the orchard or the crop field. But the animals almost always you have to buy, and then you have to mate them. And if you want to raise more, you have to build more fields and do a little bit of animal husbandry. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So we're still doing okay, but I want to go ahead and put 1 person back into this. Because, dang it, I can't believe I did that again. That's not what I'm looking for. That is your mini-map if you ever want it. I haven't really used it. I think once you start sprawling out all over the place, you probably need that a lot more, but it's not that essential. Almost all of your people are going to be almost within 1 screen anyway, at least to start with. But I think since we are running out of time, I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode short, and then we will get back to this. In a later date. So I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.